Hello, and welcome to the technical demonstration of the Open Concept Labs Terminology Service. This video is designed to help developers and integrators to get started with OCL's API and to interact with terminology content. First, let's talk about what OCL actually is, focusing on the back-end terminology service that is hosted in OCL Online. Using OCL's terminology service will allow you to use terminology resources in a standards-based way, whether you want to access them, edit them, or something else. This service is also FHIR enabled, allowing you to view these resources in a FHIR format. Open Concept Lab is made of multiple products. The backbone is the OCL Terminology Service, which is the core REST API that can serve as an architectural component in your health information exchange. This API serves as the backend for the other user interface products, including the OCL Term Browser and the OpenMRS Dictionary Manager. This terminology service drives everything that OCL does, allowing users to interact with the database by retrieving resources, creating and editing terminology content, and much more. This terminology service, however, is just a software product. It has to be deployed to be usable. This is where OCL Online comes in. All of OCL's tools are open source and can be deployed in your own infrastructure. OCL also has a shared instance called OCL Online. This is a central environment hosted by OCL, which is a convenient way for new users to get started, and it allows community-based content development and use. OCL Online comes preloaded with key terminologies like ICD-10, CL, and more. Using the terminology service in OCL Online allows content managers and users to work in a shared space. Content creators can publish their content, and users can read and adapt the content for their own systems. This is the place to find documentation, product updates, and tutorials, and much more. Now that we have described the tools, let's get started with using the terminology service. OCL Online has multiple environments in which users can create content, each with its own purpose. In the demo environment, you can try OCL for the first time in a basic environment that will not affect others' work. After you feel more comfortable with the content you created, it can be loaded into the production environment for others to use. All information that we are going through is available on OCL's documentation website, which is where you can learn to use all of OCL's tools. A link is provided in the description of this video. Here is the OCL documentation website, where we document the different things you can do with the terminology service, along with its other tools. Use the search bar or the left navigation bar to learn about the different ways you can use OCL, including importing and accessing content. OCL's Swagger page describes the API endpoints and allows you to perform example queries of the terminology service from each one. There are also lots of parameter options to choose from, but we will save those for the demonstration. If you have a user account for non-public content, use the Authorize button here at the top. You can log in using either your OCL username and password, or you can use your API key, which is available from your profile page in the Term Browser. Let's demonstrate that using a dummy account. Here we are in the OCL Term Browser in OCL Online. Here we can go to Sign In, and we can click Sign Up, and we can fill out information for our account. I'm going to go ahead and fill this out for a dummy account, and then I'll get back with you. I've now completed the sign up process, and I've verified my email address. So now we can use those credentials to sign in to OCL. I've input my username and password here, and we should be able to sign in. And from our profile page here, we're able to click this copy button to copy our API token. We can then take this back to our available authorizations and put it into our token field here. Keep in mind that you will always have to put the word token in front of it. Then once you put in your token, you can click Authorize. And now you will have access with whatever access that user account can do. Now we can use Swagger to make API calls. While Swagger is a great tool for trying out the API quickly, for this demonstration, we will actually use Postman instead. Postman is a great tool for interacting with APIs, allowing you to create environments and collections of requests so that you can refer back to them later. It's free to use and can be installed and used locally, or it could be used through a web browser. OCL has a collection preset of API queries, which is linked both in the description and in the OCL Docs website. Once you have a Postman account set up, you can use this link to open up the collection and get started with using OCL's API. This is the desktop version of Postman. You can see the collection on the left here with multiple folders that contain various API requests to OCL's endpoints. There are also environments here that come pre-configured with this collection, but you might want to create your own environment using the plus button if you want to connect to other servers. We'll use OCL's production environment for now, though. Here, you can select to use OCL's production environment in your queries. For many Postman queries, you will be required to use an API token so that you can get the appropriate access to the content. Let's walk through that now using our dummy account mentioned earlier. In Postman, you can simply go to your collection and select an authorization type, which is API key. Here, you'll be able to input the key and value. The key will always be authorization, and the value will always be token with a capital T, followed by your token. Once you click Save, this authorization will work for all requests you make in this collection. Join us on our next video where we'll go over the basics of OCL's API.